Oh boy, folks, can I get a folks? I think this video deserves a folks. MTG investing is over. I want to say the DEAD word, but I don't know if the internet's so weird now that you can't even say that word. It's weird. Okay, it's been a crazy week. A few things have happened. Some things have gone down. Some things have gone up. Let's get started, shall we? So if you don't know, well, you're probably living a happier life than most of us, and you don't need to know about any of this. Continue living your life. But Wizards of the Coast and their little group of bronies or whoever they have running that thing over there, well, they bamboozled us, right? They bamboozled us. They rug pulled us. Well, I don't want to say us because I'm not really included in this, right? But the community that they care so much about, right? That, hey, we're here for you. We're here for the community, right? They just rug pulled the community hard, right? And here's the thing. If you don't think that they knew this was coming and that the Commander Masters and Caverns of Ixalan wasn't just the last hurrah for Jeweled Lotus and Mana Crypt, what fantasy world are you living in? This is all intentional. They did that on purpose. They did that to get to extract the last bit of value out of those cards before they just went whoop. And if you had those cards, I mean, damn. Like, imagine having a play set of Jeweled Lotus or a play set of Mana Crypts. Wrecked. You're just done for. You're wrecked. Here's my question. If people who, because as you guys know, I just play on Arena from time to time. I don't actually play with my cards. I just keep them sealed. Why don't you guys just proxy your cards? If I loved the game so much, like if I was playing Counter-Strike, right, or World of Warcraft, and I could play like WoW with my buddies, and I could like on this like private server essentially, right? Because that's what you're all just playing on your own little private servers, and I could inject gear into the game. I'm just playing on my private server. Yeah, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want. I'm gonna make my own rules. Like the fact that these people who don't care financially about the game aren't just proxying all their cards, and they're actually going like if you don't have the money and you don't care that these cards have financial value, right? They're just game pieces to you, and you just went and bought 4 Jewel Lotuses like a month ago, you just got wrecked. You got bamboozled. Like I feel like I didn't get, dude, you want to know what? I made money in all this because I don't have Jeweled Lotuses or Mana Crypts. But you know what I did have? I had some revised Mana, right? And look what's happening with those, right? So, and this is when idiots make decisions, right? You have probably this little weird committee of brony neckbeards who like weigh like 300 pounds apiece, and they're upset because their commander has these expensive cards, and they want to get rid of them because these collectors are driving these cards up. But what they didn't factor in their brain was that most people holding those cards were the actual players or they were stores. Because most investors, we don't hold modern singles because we're not idiots. And so then what happened is they did all their stuff, and then they just nuked the stores and they nuked the players, and all of us collectors just watched our mana just rise out of nowhere. So it's like, oh my god. And then the community, the WotC, the people who care so much about you, well, they were like, basically like any kind of inside, we can't say, like as Rudy would say, they were fruit trading, right? Or fruit running. And they were like, well, we better print some real nice versions of these real quick before, who knows what could happen. Maybe they go from $800 to $400, who knows? We don't engage in the secondary market, right? So basically, that's point one. I'm saying right now, modern, and you shouldn't have been doing this in the first place. Modern Magic the Gathering is dead. Do not invest in it. The only thing, and we're gonna make a case for it here today. Oh, here, let me just put this up here. There we go. The only case for Magic the Gathering today would be, if you want my opinion, Universes Beyond. That's it. The only thing worth investing in Magic the Gathering these modern days, that's it. Universes Beyond. Lord of the Rings. Look at Lord of the Rings. Look at Fallout. So I'm personally letting everyone know right now that I will not buy any more Magic the Gathering unless it's Universes Beyond and it's something I like. So for example, I'm not getting the Marvel. I might get one just because, but I think Marvel's kind of overhyped and dying. It's not a big IP for me. Personally, I think that the Lord of the Rings set and draft, I think those are the way to go. I think the collector boxes are too expensive now. You've missed it. So if you want something sealed to hold, personally, in my opinion, Lord of the Rings set and draft. So that's pretty much where I'm at with Magic, guys. I mean, there's no way you can look at this situation and go, yeah, they had the player's best interests in mind. No. Are you kidding me? What? No. In my opinion, this clearly means that they want to bring cards out that are more situational. So imagine instead of Jeweled Lotus, and I don't know because I don't play the game, right? But I kind of get an idea how this stuff works. Where instead of the Jeweled Lotus, they want a card that's a little bit more situational, so they can make two cards that are similar to the Jeweled Lotus, but one situational for this and one situational for that. And you can't really do that if you have the Jeweled Lotus, right? So, or maybe they want to, you know what I mean? Basically, my guess is they want to make more expensive new cards, and they can't make expensive new cards with these other cards kind of getting in the way, or else they kind of have to you know what I mean? They have to kind of overpower creep them, which brings the value down anyway. So that's what they're in their minds, right? So like, let's say you're the designers and you're like, all right, we're gonna have to make a card that either overpowers the Jeweled Lotus and will devalue it, or we can just ban it, devalue it ourselves, and then make slightly weaker cards that are, or more situational cards that don't create power creep, and then allow us to kind of create, you know what I mean? So like, I can totally get that, which is why I've actually decided, if you made it this long, when I first got into this, I thought that the cards being playable and their play value is what gave them value. And it is, right? And I thought that that was a good thing. And it kind of is for the really old stuff, right? Like the Power 9 and the reserve list, like that makes sense, right? Like that stuff's not gonna really move. But all these other cards that aren't reserve lists and they're like kind of old but not super old or modern, any of these super powerful cards, they can ban them, and the second they're banned, they can lose all value. And that's not the case with Pokemon, right? Like, even if, you know, the Pokemon company went and banned the Greninja, it doesn't even matter because it's like kind of played in decks, not really. Like, the Pokemon cards aren't tied to their playability. They are somewhat. But nowhere as close to as Magic, right? And it sounds weird, but them just kind of having that simple just demand attached to them where it's just, I just want it, that can carry a lot more capital than like the methodical, oh, it's worth this because it can do this, and something that can do something slightly less is worth this, therefore it should be worth this. You know what I mean? There's a lot of math put into the value of Magic cards, whereas with Pokemon cards, it's just simple, I want it, like, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, when you're an investor and stuff, you kind of want more irrational, dumb money, right? Because that's just going to just blow stuff up a lot better than with Magic. So, I'll talk about this stuff more. Sorry I've been gone for a while. Nothing really to talk about. And, I don't really like coming on here unless I have something to actually talk about. But Fab and Sorcery, a lot of interesting stuff going on with those two things. And, Pokemon. Here's the thing, guys. Just invest in Pokemon. It's at the end of the day, just invest in Pokemon. That's all you gotta do. It's not that hard. But look, check out for a video like tomorrow, or what is it, Thursday? Yeah, I'll try and put it out tomorrow. It'll be about sorcery and Flesh and Blood. But guys, this is it. It's over. If you are holding Magic singles, don't get sealed product. It's way better. You had to have seen this coming, right? I don't know. It's definitely messed up. It's messed up, but it is what it is, right? Have a good one.